Hey y'all, so Proverbs chapter 14. What does Proverbs 14 mean? The first verses of this section points out the consequences of wisdom in contrast to the consequences of foolishness. This echoes other statements in the book of Proverbs, Proverbs 10, 8 through 9, 11 and 8, 12, 13, and then Proverbs 13 and 6. Foolishness defined as a rejection of God's truth and instructions, Proverbs 14 and 1, and then Proverbs 1 and 7. Leads to disaster. It also makes a person vulnerable to further false ideas. Those who wallow in such self-depiction should be avoided. Proverbs 14, 1 through 10. A short segment of verses in the middle of this passage shares a theme: the respective fates of the wicked and the righteous. This deceptive nature of sin can make rejecting God seem like a good idea, but the end result is tragedy. Those who follow godliness are at less risk of negatively earthly consequences. They also are blessed with an eternal rescue. In either case, that which a person chooses, selfishness or godliness, is repaid to them. Proverbs 14, 11 through 14. The last final segment of this chapter covers a broad range of topics. Among these are the importance of self-control, the danger of gullibility, and the need to apply justice fairly to all, the benefits of a contented heart, and the cultural value of godly wisdom. Proverbs 14, 15 through 35. The following chapter continues this long compilation of Solomon's wise saying. So, chapter context. Proverbs 14 continues King Solomon's wise sayings. In this chapter, he discusses a variety of topics such as wisdom and folly, honest and dishonesty, righteousness and evil, national security and national disgrace, personal security and destruction, the fear of the Lord, generosity, and wise servanthood. This series of astute comments will continue for several more chapters. Period. Okay, so part 2 of the breakdown. Proverbs 14 explores the contrast between wisdom and folly, highlighting the consequences of wise choices and the dangers of foolish actions. It emphasizes themes of righteous living, the importance of fearing the Lord, and the impact of choices on one's life and relationships. Okay. This chapter also contrasts the wise and the wicked, showing how wisdom leads to stability and blessings, while the wickedness leads to destruction. When y'all see me pause like that, I be trying to hear if my baby crying. She 3, but still, I be trying to make sure I don't hear her crying because I don't want her to wake up her brother. Okay, so key themes in some verses. So we have wisdom and folly. Proverbs 14 and 1 states, the wise woman builds her house, but with her own hands, the foolish one tears hers down. This verse highlights the importance of wisdom in building a stable and prosperous life, while the foolishness leads to ruin. Proverbs 14 and 7 states, stay away from a fool, for you will not find knowledge on their lips. This verse emphasizes the negative influence of foolish people and the importance of seeking wisdom from those who possesses it. Boom. Proverbs 14 and 12 states, there is a way that seems right to a man, but in the end it leads to death. Oof. This verse warns against trusting appearances and emphasizes the need for God's guidance in making choices. All choices, not just the big ones, the little ones too. Okay, so Proverbs 4 and 16. A wise man fears the Lord and shuns evil, but a fool is hot-headed and reckless. This verse contrasts the cautious and wise approach of those who fear the Lord with impulsive and reckless behavior of fools. Proverbs 14 and 18 states, the simple inherit folly, but the prudent are crowded with knowledge. This verse contrasts the fate of the naive who fall into folly with the wise who are rewarded with knowledge. Okay, that makes more sense. So then we have the fear of the Lord. Proverbs 14:2 states, "Whoever walks upright fears the Lord, but he who is perverse in his ways despises him." This verse connects fearing the Lord with upright living and highlights the rejection of God in those who choose perverse ways. Proverbs 14:26 through 27 states, "He who fears the Lord has a secure fortress, and for his children it will be a refuge. The fear of the Lord is a foundation of life, turning a man from the snares of death." These verses emphasizes the security and protection that comes from fearing the Lord and the benefit of living a life guided by God's wisdom. That's so good. That's good. So the last one is righteousness and wickedness. So Proverbs 14:11 states, "The house of the wicked will be destroyed, but the tent of the upright will flourish." Come on now. This verse contrasts the fate of the wicked who face destruction with the righteous who experience flourishing. So then there's Proverbs 14:34, which states, "Righteousness exalts a nation, but sin condemns any people." This verse highlights the positive impact of righteousness on a nation and the negative consequences of sin. So then there are other themes. There's only three, but the first theme is anger. Proverbs 14:29 emphasizes the importance of controlling anger, noting that those who are slow to anger and have a great understanding, excuse me, noting that those who are slow to anger have great understanding, while those who are quick tempered exalt foolishness. And I'm going to tell y'all from experience, that is so true. I've never had words read me like that before. Actually, I have, but yeah, that's a good one. Mm-hmm. Proverbs 14:29. Got it. So the next one is relationships. Verses like Proverbs 14:21 highlights the importance of compassion and generosity towards others. And the last one is national life. So Proverbs 14 and verse 34 connects righteousness with national prosperity and sin with national disgrace, highlighting the impact of individual choices or the larger community. Let me see if there's some more. It says here like this. It says Proverbs 14 is an enlightening guidebook for life's journey. Its verses involve reflection on our action, wise choices in words, and steering us towards wisdom. That's rich. Ooh, that's real rich. That's good. All right, y'all. So that is all I have for the verse of the day. I'll see you guys tomorrow with chapter 15. Oh my gosh, it's getting there, y'all. I hope y'all have a good day. I'll see you guys later. Bye.